YouTube, what's up? It's your girl Makar from Cougar's Closet. So listen, today's video is about TikTok, and is TikTok a racist app? I want to do this video because y'all, I don't know if y'all keep up with TikTok a lot, but there is a lot of black content creators on there that's complaining, saying that TikTok is definitely a racist app and telling the other content creators that they need to get off of there and how they're being done and things to that nature. And so I had wrote a couple of key points because y'all know, like, I really haven't been on TikTok. I'm just now like really starting to get um into TikTok, but of course every time I get into something or get the hang of something or get on to something, it's time for it to go. That's how long it took me, to get on the bandwagon, because I'm pretty much a sloth. So, like, I really don't know the ins and outs about it, but I know everybody is complaining. But I had took some pointers because there were some things that I saw when I was in some of the content creator rooms, like some of the black people. Like, there was a girl that I'm following, and we follow each other back because we both were mutual friends of the same content creator. And one night, she was doing a live, and so I had went in her live, and a lot of this stuff that I see that I'm speaking of, it happens like late night in the wee hours of the morning, like 2 or 3. Like, it could be going on in the daytime, but the couple of things that I caught, it was like in the wee hours of the night. But she was hosting a live. And you know how, like, you can bring people in the boxes on your thing to speak. So it was regular. Whatever she was talking about, it was pretty good. And she was sitting there. She had the girls all up, and they was all out, and they was double D'd and carrying on. And she was, really, really working her thing. Well, she had other people that was in the box that was talking, and somebody else wanted to come in, I guess, and she accepted them. And from the time he got on, as soon as she pressed that button to let him in, all you heard was he was going off. And so she just cut him off. But that's happened in a couple of people's lives that I've been on or whatever. But like I said, me really messing with YouTube, I just kind of want to see what was going on, because, like, I'm just kind of jumping in the middle of an ocean. I really don't know exactly what's going on other than what I have seen. But I can tell you there was no argument or nothing. He was coming in the box. I guess we assumed to talk, but as soon as she hit the button, that's what happened, and that has happened to a couple of other people. She was saying, and not only her, there's a couple of other black content creators that was saying, like, say for instance, when this happens, when they jump in their box and they call them these, names or whatever, right? When they go to report them, the TikTok tells them that the people that did this, that they're not violating any policies, basically, and that's not nothing, they doing nothing wrong that's in their policies. But they're saying that, and I have heard this from people that do lives, and I'm on their lives, and people that just do, regular shorts or whatever. They say when this happens, when they go to defend themselves, or, like, say for instance they go to defend themselves, or call the other person a B, or say something about their mom or something, TikTok won't say nothing to the people that violate it, even though they have footage of it. They won't say anything to them about the racist slurs, but they'll come in and tell them that this is a violation of our policy, or you violating our guidelines, our community guidelines, and this and that. And I know one day I was watching somebody's somebody had left something, shorts or something, and she was saying something, and it was true. and I had went in and I commented on it, but I don't think the comment that I said was much, but I was in agreement to what was said because I think something similar had happened to me a couple of days before. So I commented. Well, when I knew anything, TikTok sent me something and said that I was violating their policy. But I was just agreeing to what she was saying or whatever. Let me see. Okay, and then there's been reports of like black people saying that other people are stealing their content from them. And when they know anything, they get more views and they making way more money off of the content that was stolen from them. And then there was black ladies and black men on there complaining about how like you on there like for their content, right, for the range of their content, how like TikTok will only allow them to make so much money. Like say for instance only allow them pay them out like $700. But the other people that's doing it, they pay them more. And I was seeing on there that this woman was on there bragging. I don't know if this is true or not, but this white woman was on there saying that she made 6 figures off of TikTok or some big extravagant amount of money or whatever. Now I can say this, right? Because I haven't really got into this, but I can say this. I know this goes on like in the music industry a lot. Like, you know, Sam Cooke and all these other people, like they weren't allowed to make as much money as Elvis or you know, they was capped out because, you know, of their skin color. Now y'all know I do know a lot about music. And a lot of people, you know, was complaining about like how, you know, they can do the same cover as somebody else, but they don't get the payout. And the people on TikTok are complaining. The black creators are complaining because they saying how TikTok is basically manipulating the algorithm, and you know, saying like how other people are saying how they was able to buy, you know, a brand new car and buy a brand new house and buy this and that off of TikTok. They aren't given a chance to live this good because TikTok won't allow them to live this good. So we in the lab, I kind of just want to come in and look at this a little bit or whatever, so I could kind of, you know, get a deeper perspective of what's going on. But like I said, every time you go on there, they saying all of these things that's happening to them. And apparently from the one this that I pulled up, something had went on, because this is months after TikTok apologized to the black creators. Many say little has changed. Whether it's Latino or Asian or whatever you are, I feel like it's way harder to go up on TikTok if you are not white, TikTok creator Noah Webster said. And then prior to this, I had read this woman that actually worked for TikTok, that's not a content creator, that worked for TikTok. And she was saying like all these different privileges that the other people were getting. And she was saying that her boss that she was working for behind her back was calling her a black slithering snake and all of this stuff. So it's really deep, you know, from the way they're complaining. Because like I said, I've been seeing stuff or whatever, but now they are really, really starting to highlight the things that they saying are going on. So let's dive in and see what's going on, see what we could pull here. We in the lab. TikTok's popularity has been significantly helped by black creatives whose trends, dances, and challenge ideas were often scooped up and repackaged by white creators. boosting those creators to internet stardom. This is written by Calham Rosenblatt. Last summer, as protests called for racial justice and equality enveloped the U.S., TikTok was experiencing its own reckoning. In June, after a blackout on the app calling for black creators to be treated more fairly, amid accusations, y'all know I can't talk, accusations of censorship and content suppression, TikTok apologized, vowing to do better. See, I didn't even know this was going on because, like I said, I'm always on YouTube. I'm just now starting to really be effective on TikTok because I usually was just recording my videos like on the weekend and then dealing with YouTube all through the weekend. If I had some free time, I'd go over there and drop a video. After all, TikTok's popularity has been significantly helped by black creatives whose trends, dance, and challenging ideas were often scooped up and repackaged by white creators, boosting those creators into internet stardom. There shouldn't be any difference. Everyone should be able to post whatever they want within the guidelines and not worry how it's going to perform based on your skin color, said Noah Webster, 18, a TikTok creator with more than 551,000 followers, who goes by Noah Made SMK1 on the app. In apology, TikTok vowed it wouldn't say it wanted more. In apology, TikTok vowed that it wouldn't just say it wanted a more diverse platform. It said it would act to make that happen. We also fully acknowledge our responsibility to not simply wish for and talk about the importance of diversity on our platform, but actively promote and protect it, the statement read. In about 8 months since the apology, black TikTok creators have had mixed reactions to TikTok's efforts to make the app more equitable. Some say they've noticed some positive changes like a more diverse For You page, TikTok's infinite scroll homepage. Mutual Nukin, CEO of AI for the People, a nonprofit communications agency, said that since she's joined TikTok's independent advisory board, the Content Advisory Council, she doesn't work for TikTok. In June, the platform has increased its equity efforts and brought in more black advisors, as well as acknowledged intersectional black experiences on social media. Also in June, TikTok said in a blog post that it had held virtual meetings with black creators to learn more about their experiences and how it could improve them. Last month, it announced an incubator program and grants to invest and amplify the talent of black creatives on the app. But despite the efforts, some users reported that problems around race and equality persist. I feel it should never have came to a point where they had to apologize for it. After the apology, some things were kind of cleared up, but not a lot of it, because a lot of times we would post our videos would be taken down for things we didn't even know why. But white creators doing the exact same thing. Their videos were still up, says K Shell Dabney 22, a content creator with more than 1.4 million followers who goes by K Shell. It's like I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. The purported inequities included black creator contents appearing below similar white created content in search results, videos getting only a handful of views when based on a creator's following, they'd be expected to receive more attention. Users also said their content, whether it be dance videos or videos addressing racism or racial injustice, is sometimes removed without explanation. I made a video about some of the discrepancies between POC creators and white creators, and my videos were flagged for hate speech, I believe, And I wasn't hateful at all, said Marcel Williams, 22, a TikTok creator with more than 1.6 followers who goes by Marcelli. Despite the issues surrounding race on TikTok, Black creators said they've undeterred in finding ways to thrive despite feeling they have to work twice as hard as their white counterparts. Webster and Dabney are members of Collab Crib, an all-Black content house based in Atlanta, paving the way for other Black creatives to find success and thrive on social media. Not a new problem. Just like the bias and prejudice Black Americans are forced to navigate in our white-centric society offline, social media also poses specific and often frustrating experiences for Black users. But despite added hurdles, Black creators have long been the backbone of language, humor, and trends on social media. Movements like Black Lives Matter were also born out of social media, with hashtag Black Lives Matter having originated from a hashtag started by Alicia Garza. These names, y'all, Patrisse Cullors and Opimo Tometi, after 2013 acquittal of George Zimmerman in the killing of Trayvon Martin, a Black teenager in Florida the previous year. Many of 10 Black creators interviewed by NBC News said they were experiencing bias and frustration across the social media platforms, including TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. But the creators, in addition to research from the Pew Research Center, highlighted the importance of social media to social justice causes surrounding race and racial injustice, as well as Black culture. Tia Tyree, a communications professor at Howard University, echoed the creators, saying the appropriation of Black culture pertains not only to TikTok, but to all social media. Cultural appropriation is on full display on TikTok and other social medias. Black people have always been cultural trendsetters in the United States, Tyree said in the email. While sharing and engaging is a central part of social media, one's art can be shared, manipulated, and lost in the viralness of the culture. This can happen in minutes, and the original Black creator can be left without credit. And y'all, I seen something about even KFC where the woman was the original creator of the chicken, but she didn't get paid the money. TikTok has been immune from the appropriation of Black trends by white users and moderation issues that have plagued Black users on social media platforms. I actually speak to other Black and people of color, TikTok creators often about this. Sometimes we send each other videos of, well, look at this. I just did this video yesterday and it didn't go anywhere. And this white creator did it, and it's blowing up, Williams said. One of the best known instances of Black creativity being hijacked by white creators on TikTok is the Renegade dance trend. The dance was started by Jaliyah Harmon, then 14, and it would go on to become one of the most biggest phenomena to ever hit the platform. But the trend was popularized by white creators like Charlie D. Emilio and others who initially didn't credit Jaliyah for having choreographed the dance. After New York Times reported Jaliyah created the dance, she began to get widespread recognition. But then the trend was winding down. On TikTok, trends gain popularity when choreography for dancers or setups for jokes are replicated by other users, often muddying the trend's origins. That's why creators feel credit is so important. And that can affect not only creators' popularity, but also their incomes. As creators gain momentum and followers on a platform, financially opportunities like brand deals and business partnerships arise, which can be extremely lucrative. When creators aren't credited for popular trends, they risk losing out on both recognition and paychecks. Some creators say that while white TikTokers have been gotten better at crediting, black creators for their trends is only because black creators and their followers have held them to the account. If you don't tag that person who made it, you'll get more backlash than positivity, Dabney said. But Tyrese said that onus shouldn't be solely on the user and that the company must also take responsibility. We have to remember TikTok isn't just an algorithm. It's not simply a platform. It's a multi-billion-dollar corporation like all major companies. Diversity within boardrooms and offices make a difference, not only in the company culture, but the products and services we created, Tyrese said. We can't continue to blame what's happening on platforms on their users. It's those creating and nurturing the platform who are to blame, and that square belongs to the ones who control it. While some issues involve the way users interact with the content, TikTok as a platform is directly responsible for removing videos that it determines violate its community guidelines. TikTok direct users to the specific rule that was broken when a video was removed. But some black creators said their content has been removed without significant explanation. I know I've got strikes against me for just accepting people. You know what I'm saying? Like people who was following me and I followed them back. Next thing I know, they told me that my account was being something to something and I appealed it. Then they apologized and said they didn't know what happened. At TikTok, those working to advise platforms say the app is trying hard to recertify the issues. Whoever that is, the Content Advisory Council member, said the platform has taken the issues raised by black users to heart and is working to make the platform more equitable for everyone. In the case of TikTok, they have definitely created trust and safety policies that are responsive and that listen, Noakes said. I hope that it's influenced the rest of the industry because I know that when I've worked with other platforms, Twitter, YouTube, the willingness and openness to listen, Facebook as well, has been very difficult. Part of TikTok brand is listening and transparency. TikTok has both black employees and executives with whom it consults about how the experience of using the app can be improved for all communities. Last month, TikTok announced that it had founded TikTok for Black Creators, a 3-month initiative focusing on helping 100 black creators and music artists develop their skill to help open doors for them to reach new heights in their careers, the company said. TikTok also created a grant program for a selected group of creators in the partnership with Marco, a media company representing the voice and perspectives of people of color. The grants can be used to fund educational resources and pay for production equipment and other creative tools. Members of the Collab Crib said they sometimes feel that TikTok is creating the measure separates black creators from white creators rather than including more black creators in its general events. TikTok, however, does exclude specific communities from general events. Some creators said they feel the platform efforts have yet to translate meaningful change. Whether it's Latino or Asian or whatever you are, I feel like it's way harder to go up on TikTok if you are not white, Webster said. Still, despite the challenges and barriers, many black creators said they'll continue to fight for their place on TikTok and advocate for equal and equitable platform. It don't matter what job you're talking about. In America, black people have been told the same thing. Someone is always telling them, no, you can't do this. And they ain't never give up, so I won't give up, Webster said. So, yeah, I just wanted to kind of dive in deep because, like I said, I have noticed some things, that was going on when I've been over there. But lately, like I said, like these content creators is really, really starting to rash out, And y'all know that TikTok is supposed to be going away because Biden doesn't want it. But then I was seeing this thing where they were saying, or was it Trump saying, I don't know, that if he becomes president again, he's going to keep TikTok because he likes TikTok and he uses TikTok as well. And TikTok helps him as far as, like with his campaigning and, presidency and this and that and that and this or whatever. So I don't know. I would ask y'all to leave me a comment, but that's gone. Folks on here calling you all kind of meth heads and shit you ain't never heard of and all of this mess. But they really on there complaining. But where will we go? Like, what will we do? Like, my question is, like, we always saying we need to get something for us, but like, where do we begin to get something for us? Like, how do we go about getting something for us? And then, but let's be honest. Even if we did get something for us, that ain't gonna go well either, because we ain't gonna work together. We gonna be mad. We gonna be stealing each other content. We gonna be claiming, saying such and such created this and really such and such over there. It's all. This is a racist thing, right? But it's more than a racist thing. It's also internal racism as well, because we ain't gonna treat each other right if we did get our own thing. You see what I'm saying? Like, we always holding each other back. We the crabs in the bucket. So where are we going on TikTok? If we had our own black TikTok yabba dabba doo, it probably wouldn't even last that long. Let's be honest here, because black people ain't gonna stick together. Black people ain't gonna allow other black people to get ahead. They just not gonna do it. They don't understand the concept that it's enough money for everybody. They concept is you ain't getting none of this damn money. That's their concept. They always gatekeeping black people. They gatekeep each other. You see what I'm saying? Then they always want to holler. I'm just speaking my mind now. They always want to holler about slavery, but the black people was the ones that turned them on to us. You see what I'm saying? Every time something go on, the black folks is the one that gave the access. They the ones gave the passcodes. People just can't come up and violate your territory unless somebody from the inner side gave them something. You see what I'm saying? Like, with the black people selling black people. Let's start there first. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know. My question is, who will we talk to?
16 hours.
Thank you. Who will we talk to get our own thing going? But like I said, even though we get our own thing going, it's not going to run smooth. It's not going to run well. You know what black folks going to do on our apps, on our TikTok? We going to have a shootout on there. We're going to be shooting through the damn screen on there. We're going to be pulling up at people's houses. We're going to be catching them at the club. We ain't going to act right. It would be nice if we did have our own thing. It might start out beautifully, and unless maybe somebody can create multiple different apps and people can find their own tribes, what works best for them. You see what I'm saying? Like, it probably wouldn't need to be just one engine, one social media platinum engine platform. It probably would be multiple, so people could find people like them. I don't know. And those that have the money and the resources, they ain't gonna help you. You see what I'm saying? Like, why don't the celebrities help us get our own platforms or something? That would be something nice for them to do. I don't know. We could go on and on and on and on and on about this thing. I would tell y'all to drop me a comment, but that's done. Oh well, hope you enjoyed this. Cougar's Closet. Mwah.